From Careco TV, one of the longest-running outdoor programs on television today. Exploring the country and the coast in search of adventure. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. Welcome to this week's show. We're in Southwest Texas near Brackettville. It's early December and the rut is on. We're in the field with Yamaha's Steve Nessel. He's hunting from a stand overlooking a part of the ranch known as the Honey Hole.
We had the first sit in the morning at the Honey Hole. It was like a muggy, foggy, warmer day. So that morning, being as warm as it was, we actually didn't see as much as you normally would in a honey hole sit. There were still deer everywhere, mind you, but a lot of young 2.5-year-old 8 points and things like that. We got out after being in there for several hours. When the time was right, when we were going to spook game, we got out of there and we started making a plan for when we were going to get back. Well, we had an interesting sit this morning. Real warm out, got foggy. Seemed like it took a long time to get light, and unfortunately heard a huge fight out in front of us right before it was light, and didn't get a chance to see the bucks, but we did have some activity, some animals coming through, but no shooters. So it's time to make a plan for the afternoon.
And that afternoon, we headed back out with Steve to a different part of the ranch they call the Killing Tree.
The Killing Tree is one of my favorite places to hunt in the world, but probably my second favorite place to hunt on this piece of property. You can hunt from a bow in the Killing Tree, you can hunt with a rifle at the Killing Tree. They're all over the place. Does, bucks, everything comes through. There's raccoons, there's rabbits, there's everything out of the Killing Tree. We saw a lot of deer, a ton of deer, but just nothing that we wanted to shoot that night. We had a good sit tonight. We saw a lot of deer, had does in front of us pretty much right away. It was hot. The weather's gonna change drastically overnight. We've got front coming in. We're looking at 20, 30-degree swings. We're hoping it gets the deer moving. We did have some bucks behind us, only one of which came in, but there looked like there might have been a shooter. He just never showed up into our area, so it was hard to check him out without spooking all the does in front of us. So with the weather changing, we're thinking go back to the same spot in the morning, go back to the Killing Tree, and hope if he's not around, we got another big one in there, and try and get it done. There's a lot of deer back there. We know there's mature bucks around, so fingers crossed for the morning.
Coming up, we'll rejoin Steve Nessel in the field, but first we'll head to California with Wade Middleton for some turkey hunting. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, and your source for everything you'll need for a successful hunting season. Like the Nikon Action Extreme 16x50 binoculars. You can find them online at cabela's.com. We'll be right back with more from Americana Outdoors.
We invented and patented the first aerated live well. We're first with higher flotation standards and first to receive a protected design hull copyright. With such a strong focus on non-stop innovation, no other boat enjoys such advanced engineering. Ranger Boats. We're celebrating over 45 years of fishing and a lifetime of leadership. Discover Yamaha's VMAX power. When you want the best, choose Yamaha.
Get lost in the hunt, not the wilderness. Hunt with Garmin.
Americana Outdoors is presented to you by Garmin, the power of simple. By Cabela's, it's in your nature. And by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors presented by Garmin. We'll get back to our deer hunt with Steve Nessel later in the show, but first, we'll catch up with Wade Middleton and Yamaha's Travis Hollins as they chase some California gobblers.
You know, we're here in California right now, and we're turkey hunting. And this is my first time to ever hunt California. I fished out here quite a few times, and I've always enjoyed traveling out here, but this will be my first hunt. And as we drove into this area, I was blown away with the backdrop and the scenery, and couldn't wait to get out there and start chasing these turkeys around, because you just kind of wanted to see what these turkeys are going to be all about out here on the West Coast.
Now, on their first hunt, it wasn't long before they found themselves surrounded. These were mostly hens and jakes, but it's a pretty good indication that there's probably a longbeard or two close by.
You know, we're sitting there in that first morning, and for 2.5 hours, we never moved from that one spot because we had birds gobbling and coming and working in several different directions. We had one lone tom come in and hang up out there about 60 yards out and then skirt us up a ridge. And then we had another group of young jakes come in gobbling and playing, and they kind of skirted around. Good morning there, Travis.
Yeah. A lot of talking going on.
The gobbling. That makes it fun when they do that.
Yeah, it is.
Let's ease on down these California hills and draws. Let's see what we can find. I think we'll find one for the day's over.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting there. I mean, we had birds gobbling all over the roost. We had several jakes come in. We hadn't been here hunting for an hour, so we kind of thought we'd wait on some of them longer beards that were running around. See what we can't do to figure out some of these California birds. Sure is pretty country. You know, we were only there probably a total of 3 hours now, and I don't know how many birds we'd heard gobble. I don't know how many different birds we had seen, but that had told me right away that this is a special place if you're a turkey hunter, that you're gonna have a lot of action and you're gonna see a lot of birds.
Right here, Jeremy. Here he comes, here he comes. Here he comes. He's gonna look like he's got the gun loaded. No.
We kind of popped our head up over this big ridge that was leading down into the hay grazer field, it looked like, and I spotted a tom out there. All you could see was his head. And we immediately dropped down and were waving Travis up, and kind of just buried back up in the bush, and I hit the calls a couple times, and he started gobbling, and Travis was coming up that hill, and you know, in those kind of situations, you're fumbling for everything. Where'd my mask go? Where'd my shell go? Where's the bird at? And as he and the cameraman were working up there, for me, it was nothing but, I wanted to get in the bush and lay down and hide because I knew those birds were coming, and I was expecting them to poke their head up over the top of that ridge at any moment.
Ding.
There he is again, breathing.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Did you get him? You got him. I seen him flopping.
Yeah.
I saw the other bird. I know there was two. I see wings.
Oh, there he is flopping.
It kind of had the emotions going, you know, definitely. It wasn't a calm, collected moment by any means. It was definitely a very emotional, challenging, and fun experience all at the same time.
Cool. Good job, Travis.
Yeehaw!
Attaboy.
Yeah!
Get you some pictures here. Go chase another one around out there. California bird. The colors on it right there. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Coming up, we've got more from our California turkey hunt, and we'll also take a look at the all-new Yamaha Viking. Visit AmericanaOutdoors.com and register to win. We've got gear from our sponsors, and we're giving it all away. We're also giving away fishing trips and hunts of a lifetime. Check out AmericanaOutdoors.com for all the details and deadlines.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Togs, stop the rain.
Now, when it comes to wildlife management products and services related to raising big whitetails, you don't have to look any further than Mummies Incorporated. Located in South Texas, Mummies has been the leader in wildlife management products for over 20 years and know what products it takes to get the job done right. We're the largest independent dealer of Purina's Antler Max line of deer feeds, in addition to our famous brand of Mummy's deer corn that's utilized on ranches all across South Texas. We have a wildlife specialist on staff to answer your deer management questions and help you out with your deer program. At Mummy's, you're a part of the wildlife family and not just a customer.
We try to be here for more than just some place to stop and pick up feed. We're here to answer anybody's questions and any kind of wildlife-related instances.
Before you make your next purchase of any wildlife-related items, be sure to check out our website at www.mummiesinc.com to see how we can help you out.
Second to you again, bud.
Tell you what, next tournament, I won't use my hydro wave.
I don't believe you, so you know what, bud? I'm taking it with me.
Go ahead.
Thanks, bud. You know what, Kevin, he actually may be pulling for me.
He's nuts if he thinks I'm giving up my hydro wave. What a squirrel.
It's for those who get up early on weekends, and those who'd rather rough it than take it easy. It's for those who know it's not just a sport, but a way of life. The new Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system keeps food fresh up to 5 times longer with a rugged design and 12-volt adapter cord for easy use in the field, ensuring your game and fish is fresh when you need it. The Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system. Fielded fresh, sealed fresh.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is also brought to you by Yamaha, Real World Tough, Thompson Center Arms, America's Master Gunmaker, and by Nikon Sport Optics. Welcome back to Americana Outdoors and our turkey hunt from Central California. We'll rejoin Wade Middleton in the field.
In California, you get to shoot one bird a day, and so Travis was heading back to the camp to take a nap, and I thought I'd use that time to learn a little bit more about the area and get out and scout and just kind of enjoy the backdrop here. I set up on 2 or 3 different places and had some gobbling, brought in one giant group of jakes that kept literally, I thought were gonna run over us, and you know, just got to kind of get out and call and hunt and look and see. And If you're a turkey hunter, just being able to get outside and hear them gobbling, have them respond, and see some of them come in close is as good as shooting one. And for me, the day was an incredible success. You know, Travis had gotten his first bird. We'd heard great reports from another ranch that we knew we were going to hunt the next day, and I had brought some in close. And to me, that was as exciting as if I'd ever pulled the trigger. We're hunting here at San Luis Outfitters in California, and this is really awesome to me. I mean, this country's beautiful. You got these big rolling hills, it's green, big trees, vineyards, a lot of wine vineyards are driving in, and lots of turkeys. I mean, we've seen about 20 jakes right now, which really bodes well for the future here. A couple of big longbeards. They're gobbling, they're working. We're just gonna keep moving around. I mean, the hunting style, you know, we're covering a lot of ground.
Now, while Wade heads out to explore, we'll head back to camp and catch up with Travis to take a look at the all-new Yamaha Viking.
The all-new Viking from Yamaha, the only true 3-passenger side-by-side for the outdoors enthusiasts. We focused on 3 main areas when we developed the Viking. First, terrainability. This thing has to get you out in the field and it has to get you back home. Second, cargo capacity. All your gear, all your equipment, plus 2 passengers to get you out into the field. And third, durability. If you can't survive those roughest elements with all that cargo and get yourself home, you might as well not even go. So the Viking, it's the best choice for the outdoorsman. We've incorporated a lot of features to make driving this machine just a phenomenal experience. The driver's seat is actually adjustable front to back for different size riders and allows them to have the most comfort possible. The seat actually has an anti-cinch function for all 3 seating compartments. Allows for basically the seat to have a little bit of give and really helps your shoulders, especially in that really rough environment. You'll notice that the seats, even though they're 3 individual seats, it's a pass-through design. So you can actually move from the driver's side to the passenger side without having any obstructions. All right, let's talk cargo. One of the main reasons people buy side-by-side vehicles is because they got to carry a lot of equipment. Let's take a look at the Viking and see what it provides. First thing that you'll notice, no wheel wells. This allows a full pallet to actually be slid into the cargo bed and secured by 4 tie-down points in the bottom of the cargo bed. That allows for the maximum amount of cargo capacity and fully dumping, which allows that cargo to be removed from the vehicle very easily. As you can see, we also offer the red model for the Viking. Let's take a look at the engine for a minute. This is our most powerful engine we've ever placed in a side-by-side vehicle. 686cc single-cylinder engine makes for the most durable, most reliable engine in a side-by-side vehicle.
To learn more about Yamaha's complete line of ATVs, UTVs, and side-by-sides, you can look them up online at yamahamotorsports.com. Well, coming up, we'll head back to Texas and rejoin Steve Nessel at deer camp. When we head into the field, we take only the best, and that includes our boots, Danner boots, solid, dependable, and rugged footwear. You can find Danner boots at Cabela's, and you can shop online at cabela's.com. We'll be right back with more Americana Outdoors.
My passion is rim fires. Which is why I hold the spot-on advantage. And there are a million more like me, using spot-on to build confidence when shooting farther with more precision than ever before. The next generation of shooting accuracy has arrived. Join us.
This is where 10 Point was born. Before there was a factory or a business plan, Rick Bednar and his dad Bill started this company with a shared focus. 10 Point remains the industry standard for quality and performance. Rick and his sons are making sure of that.
If I wouldn't shoulder it, we wouldn't build it.
10 Point crossbows. There is no substitute.
Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin, is also brought to you in part by Bradley Smoker, food smoking the easy way, by Food Saver vacuum sealers, and by Do All Outdoors, field tested and guide rated. Welcome back to deer camp in southwest Texas, well, just outside of Brackettville. It's early December, and a strong cold front has just pushed through, dropping temperatures from the near 80s down into the 40s. The deer are moving, and with that, we'll rejoin Yamaha's Steve Nessel.
Talkie. All right, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We got good weather in the first time in the afternoon for about 2 or 3 weeks. We're excited about seeing the deer move. So now it's time to go get settled, and see just how they move. We get there in the afternoon and we get settled pretty early. It's cooler, 30 degrees cooler than just the day before. And we start seeing does right away. Then there's bucks, small bucks in the field chasing those does. Then a dark rack 2.5-year-old comes in and just hangs out and feeds, and then starts chasing does. Then another dark horn deer comes in and chases does. There's deer everywhere in the field. We had an 8-point, a crazy big body 8-point walk through before any of these deer came. Just left to right across the field, had an agenda for sure. I might have thought about shooting him, but he was, he was gone. He paid us no mind, didn't care. And so we were sitting there watching this whole show when all of a sudden, all the deer blow out. And now we're looking at an empty field. It went from a field full of deer to a field of nothing. We had another hour of light. I figured there'd be, some does come back in or something. We'd see more action, but when I take a little bit look off to my left, because I see something, and there he is. It's ridiculous. He just showed up off to the left. Hadn't had a deer come in there, and there he was, our buck, and I probably went from 60 to 70 beats a minute to 120 just like that. So. When he gets to a spot that we don't have a lot of big brush, I go ahead and try and stop him. I bleed at him, threw the safety off, and I let the shot go. And I completely whiffed. Just missed him. I still don't know where. I've looked at the playbacks. I don't know if it was above him, below him, in front of him. I hope it wasn't so bad it was behind him, but it was a clean miss. I mean, ridiculous. And took a second, took a breath, put the crosshairs in the exact same place I'd had them before, so I thought, squeeze the trigger, and I tagged him. Unfortunately for me, I didn't know it at the time because he actually trotted out of the field. So I was all of a sudden, immediately second guessing myself on whether or not I'd even hit him. I'm a little worried right now, to be honest with you. We got to give him some time for sure. But I know where he went to the woods. I know about where he was shot. So now I gotta sit here and wait. I know where he went in and I heard a crash. And I'm hoping that means good things. All right. It's probably been about a half an hour, maybe a little longer since the shot. And we're gonna go up and take a look at where the impact spot was. We know where he went into the woods. And again, I think I heard a crash. I think it was a good shot. But I can't help second guessing myself, so I want to give it some time. But we'll go start where we think he was hit. We got a sign. Here's where he's hit. You can see where his feet were. It's pink. It took a second to find it, but when we did, there was quite a bit of sign, and it was pink and looked bubbles, so I started to rest a little easy. But again, I saw him going to the woods, so no telling how far into the woods he might be. There we go. No more sign. Oh, good, right here. This is right where I thought he went in. Steady sign. There he is. Sweet, he did crash. Oh. Whew. Oh yeah. Come here, boy. Oh. Look at this guy. This is the time we're talking about. He is, oh man, he's got even more character than I thought. Look how this main beam comes curling around. This one comes out. This broke off a little bit. How he hasn't broken this one off yet with all the rutting action that's going on, have no idea. I almost want to call him Gouger. So I'm sure if he's been putting that into a couple of the bucks. Wow. I clean missed this guy in my first shot. Got him real good in the second one, luckily. But he hung out and came into the field by himself after all the deer got blown out by we don't know what. He came in, we were hunting him specifically because of this cool stuff. Thought it may be coming off the brow tine, but it is actually off the main beam in front. This dude is a stud, he's awesome.
Thanks to our friends at Yamaha for making this show possible. Check out the all-new Yamaha Viking online at yamahamotorsports.com. Keep up with the latest in the outdoors at Americana Outdoors, your source for the best in news, tips, and industry innovations. Oh, hey, and if you're on Facebook, give us a like. We're always giving away free gear. Thanks for watching Americana Outdoors. We'll see you next week.